This is Morganiki, and today I have got more Japanese Pokemon things because eBay is lovely and eBay sell lots of lovely Japanese Pokemon things. I have got 6 things in total. I believe they are all sweet, but as usual when it comes to things that are Japanese, they're written in Japanese and therefore I can't read them. There is so much kanji on here, I cannot even begin. So, as you can see on here, we've got Pikachu, we've got some of the starter Pokemon. This looks like, I don't know if you've seen it, but it does the rounds online quite a lot. It's basically a powder-like dessert, and I believe they mix it with, it's either water or milk. They put it in the fridge, they put it in one of these little molds, as you can see on here, and it makes some sort of like jelly popsicle type thing. So I am assuming that's what this is. It does, no it doesn't. I was going to say quite a lot of Japanese things do actually have the measurements in, you know, cardinal numbers, so you can read them. This one, not so much. Maybe it does on the inside. I'm hoping it does. Otherwise, I will not have a clue what I am doing. There is so much kanji, and I don't understand it. Wakarimasen. So much kanji. Now on here we've got the Alolan Raichu, and we've got Pikachu here, and some, like, breaking some sticks in half. White sticks and blue sticks, and they're making a loud cracking sound as indicated by the the little graphic here, shall we say. And there's 2 different flavours, blue kanji and orange kanji flavour. I believe that is some sort of puzzle. It's like how many Pikachus, how many, I forgot what he's called. He's like some sort of like creepy Pikachu. There's all the ingredients, and there's, I guess what they are. They are some sort of candy stick. Probably about that size, judging by the size of the box. I'm gonna show you them all like close up under the camera, and then I'm gonna do my direct to camera taste test, if you like. So here's something by Takara Tomy. There's the thing we all know and love. It looks like it comes with a little mini figurine. So is it like a chocolate egg? Is it some sort of chocolate something? Apparently it contains a QR code. And it looks like you can also buy this separately, which looks like some sort of scanny type playset type thing. And on there's an advertisement, of course, there for Pokemon Sun and Moon. There is a QR code. And it takes you to the takaratomyarts.co.jp website. Because I ordered a box of candy, I'm going to assume this is candy. I'm going to say it's a chocolate egg with a figurine inside. We've got something very similar to that before. These things are so long. There are, how many? 5. There are 5 altogether. They're made by Lot. I've heard of Lot. They make little cakes, they make little biscuity things, but these, judging by them, look like little fruity candies. So we've got Pikachu, who is pineapple. Ugh, pineapple, can't be doing with pineapple. We've got that, which is melon. Melon, again, not a big fan. Cola, quite fond of cola flavoured things in Japan, aren't they? That, which I've seen before, and I think is like generic soda flavour, possibly like lemonade flavour. I don't know. And grape flavour. Yes, we like grape flavour. We like grape flavour a lot. These look like, yes, you can just, they're perforated so you can tear them apart like so. That will make things easier. Two more things, and they're both by Lot. They look very, very similar to those, don't they? They look like little hard candies. They're a bit rattly. They sound a bit skittly. They also look a bit skittly. So I'm trying to work out that little image there. So strawberry, so it can change to melon or watermelon, depending on whatever the red arrow says or whatever the blue arrow says. Am I to assume that the Japanese are that high-tech, they have made heat-activated flavour-changing candy? We will have to see. So there is a chance it is strawberry and it will change to either melon or watermelon. Brilliant! Why can't I just say strawberry? Because I don't particularly like melon or watermelon. And finally these, also by Lot, or Lottie, however you pronounce it. These, I've seen something very similar to these before. I've seen these like numerous times on like various unboxing taste test type things. People opening munch packs or, you know, Japanese candy crate sort of thing. These are, if they're what I think they are hard, well, relatively hard, shall we say, chewy, square candies. And I believe cola flavour, judging by that. When you unwrap them, if they're what I think they are, they look a lot like stock cubes. They're in like a silver wrapping. So that was 6 things. We've got that. We've got that, which I'm probably going to need to learn how to speak Japanese before I can figure out. We've got those, this, and this. Let us taste them. Because I have a vague idea of what these are going to be, I'm going to try the Pocky Sticks first. I have a vague idea of what they're going to be. Ooh, pleasantly surprised. They're not all in one big foil packet, they're in several foil packets. So we will have a blue one, and we will have a gold one. It also feels like there's 2 in each one. Yes, 2 in each one. So there's your blue one. Trying to work out what it smells of. Nothing in particular. Ooh, crunchy. Now I see what the graphic on that picture meant. Oh, crunchy. They are very, very sherbety. And essentially what they are is solid sticks of sherbet. Incredibly crunchy. Ooh, incredibly strong. I think this blue one is that generic Japanese soda flavour. It's usually represented by blue. I have a very sweet, fizzy sort of flavour to it. It's actually very nice. And on the back there, you've got some sort of like Pokédex thing. Are they different on each one? Yes, they are. Each packet, they really go above and beyond with the packaging, don't they, the Japanese? Look at all these different ones. Every single one is different. There's the Alone Executor, I recognise that one. Okay, so what's the gold one? Is it going to be a fruit? Is it going to be a different sort of soda flavour? Whoo, what is that? That is a very peculiar smell. It's also incredibly, very, very, very strongly flavoured, but I could not tell you what it is flavoured with. I literally have no idea. And the box offers me no hints. There is no little graphic of a fruit or a soda or anything. If anyone would care to tell me, if anyone can decipher these kanji, I will say arigato. I will be very, very appreciative. It is nice, I will say that. It is nice, but I can't tell you what it is. I'm tempted to say it is more of a fruit than a soda. If I had to guess, and I do, because I'm filming it, I would say it's a melon, perhaps a cantaloupe type flavour. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, let's see if I'm actually right about these. I'm not right about these. I kept saying that they were going to be like hard, chewy caramel type things in silver wrapping, but they're not. They look like sticks of gum. Look at them. Look at these. They look like sticks of gum. And each one has its own like individual wrapping and all this. See, I'm tempted to think that they are not gum because of the the Japanese cultural taboo about taking food out of your mouth, so they don't really... Well, that's why they invented high chew. But does that mean chewing gum doesn't exist in Japan? Probably not. It probably does exist. But does it look like that? That's gum. Look at that. Look at the flexibility on that. The texture, the shape. This is gum. I think. It's cola flavoured gum. Perfectly pleasant. As there's much in the UK, cola flavoured anything is always really, really naff. And we avoid it like the plague. It's one of those flavours that we don't really like. Like in America, people don't like green flavoured things. That's kind of true here as well, actually. Cola flavoured things are generally really, really not well received. But Japan somehow manages to do it. It's okay. My gum is disintegrating into absolutely nothing. I've swallowed it. It was disintegrating that much, it just felt like a general sweet you could swallow, so I swallowed it. Maybe I've committed a massive faux pas there. Okay, these that I'm convinced are going to be like Skittles. They all look like that. All of them inside there look like that. So, can you make heads nor tail of what this on the front says? Strawberry and a red arrow and a blue arrow, changing to melon or changing to watermelon. Let's see what it changes to. Okay, they're not like Skittles whatsoever. They have a hard shell and inside is practically liquid. And that turned into watermelon. Very quickly, might I add. Okay, I've managed to bite one in half. Inside it is just literally white. White soft candy. But it turns into nothing so quickly. It becomes a liquid so quickly. To the point where I was almost convinced it had a liquid centre. Until I bit into it and proved it didn't. Pretty sure that one turned into watermelon as well. So whatever the conditions are met by the red or the blue arrow, I have apparently met the blue arrow both times. So it says. Okay, this. Is it going to be a chocolate egg? I was going to say, actually it's not going to be a candy anything, but, so we do have a figure, and right at the bottom of the box, actually I'm going to leave it in the box just to show you how silly it looks, is that. That right there is in the bottom of, I think it's like one piece of gum, or one piece of chew, or one piece of what? What is that? As this is a taste test, I'm sort of obligated to eat whatever it is. Also, a box this size for a figure this big. This, it feels like gum. Couldn't tell you what flavour it is though. Because I'm helpful. Now can I tell you what this Pokemon is? It's like a horse. A really nicely little made thing. It's a horse with dreadlocks. Like beads in its hair. And on the bottom, as it said, there is a QR code. There is a QR code, there is a barcode, and like the Pokemon stats, so 2.5 meters, 920 kilograms. I like that Japan uses metric measurements. They are too precise and scientific to not use metric measurements. They cannot afford to be using inaccurate, unscientific measurements. Shots fired. So yeah, who's this horsey dude? Did I mention I stopped playing Pokemon in 2010? I only know up to Generation 4. Generation 5, 6, and 7, no nothing. So I don't know who the hell this is. I'm going to call it Horsey Dude. Horsey Dreadlock Dude. Because it is a horse and it has dreadlocks. I'm trying to think of like a famous person with dreadlocks and I can't think of anyone. That's very strange. So it comes in this bag. It comes in this box. It comes with a little tiny piece of gum that has literally lost all flavour now, so I can't even tell you what flavour it was supposed to be in the first place. Right, lot candies that come in a pack of 5, as it were. Let's try Pikachu first, because you know, Pikachu. But I know what flavour these are, because there's pictograms. I can read pictures. Pikachu is apparently pineapple. Pineapple can go to hell. These are like compressed dextrose, if you like. Chalky little sweets, and they're leaving corn flour all over my fingers, if you can see that. Yeah. Oh, wow. I've noticed this about Japanese sweets. The difference between Japanese and American sweets. They're both very heavily flavoured, but Japanese ones taste more real. As if they've actually used more puree or actual fruit juice and things. That, I can't stand pineapple, but that tastes like a real pineapple. And I would be more inclined to eat this than I would any sort of fake pineapple flavoured things. That is actually bearable. Shelley likes pineapple. I think she'll like those. I will save those for her. Okay, let's try this. Don't know what the Pokemon is, but if you look in the corner there, it is the universal Japanese symbol for soda flavour. I think. I could be wrong. That's what I believe it to be. I can't open the bag. They're the same thing. Compressed dextrose candy. They turn to nothing so quickly. Woo! Sudden rush of flavour right there. Yeah, I approve of that. That's pretty much what you'd expect. It's like a fizzy, sweet, soda-y sort of flavour, I guess. So my choices now are cola, melon, or grape. I will save grape till last because I really like grape things and they're not going to last 2 minutes. I can't open these. God damn it, Japan. Okay, cola, more or less the same thing again, except it's slightly brown. It's the same sort of thing with the fruit thing I just said. Very realistic tasting. If you stuff this whole bag in your mouth and allow your saliva to mix with it and it turns into a liquid, you could convince yourself you had a mouthful of actual cola. It is that realistic. It is that believable. I applaud Japan for their cola flavoured things. Melon. I'm really not a fan of melon. Really not a fan of melon. Really not a fan of melon. But I didn't mind the melon flavoured Splatoon candies I had. I don't know who that Pokemon is. It looks like the fully evolved version of a starter. I may be wrong. It could be a legendary. I don't know. Nor do I care. Yeah, it tasted literally nothing. Oh wait, there it is. Bit of a delay. Bit of a delay, but there it is the, I'm not sure what sort of melon that actually is. That picture, that pictogram there, if I can get it close to the lens. That is the pictogram universally used in Japan for melon flavoured things, and it always seems to be that particular sort of melon they use as a flavour. I don't know what it's called though, because I am not up to speed on my melons. Okay, I have faith in this. I have faith in the grape. It is a pleasingly purple colour that you can't really see through the viewfinder, but believe me, it is. It kind of looks like a Parma Violet, but fatter. there is the packaging of the creepy fake Pikachu whose name I have forgotten. There is the back of the packet with all of your Japanese information and your date. What's funny about Japanese dates is they write the year first rather than the month or the day of the month. Ooh, that's strong. There's Onyx. That is very, very, very strong. Almost to the point where it doesn't really taste of grape. It goes into the territory of like a florally sort of flavour. Maybe it's just because I said Parma Violets and I have that in my head. Probably. It's grape, but I'm a bit disappointed by it. Because I talked it up to be such a great thing. It tastes more like the scent of grapes than the taste of grapes. Another thing that's quite strange there is I believe the Japanese word for grapes is muscat. Don't quote me on that, I may be wrong. But I thought in Japan they associated grape flavour, I'm covering it with my finger, with green as opposed to purple. As a general rule, I thought Japan associated with green and America associated it with purple, and in the UK it doesn't exist. I actually prefer red grapes to green grapes, but I prefer purple grape flavoured things, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't. Alright, let's open this and see if I can actually find any readable, workable instructions in it. I'm assuming in here will be some powder and some moulds. And it may require the use of the fridge, and I may have to come back to it later. Oh, they are tiny, aren't they? They are tiny. Do you know what I think this is? I expected this to be like a powder that you mix with milk or water to make a dessert. This feels like a solid block of chocolate. So does this. Okay, we've got some moulds here. I'll show them from both sides. Actually, it's the same mould, isn't it? That's the front, that's the back. I know that is the water starter from one of the generations. So, presumably, you can fill both of these up, stick them both together. I'll break it in half like that. It has little pegs at the side. You can fill it up, excuse me, and get like 3D sort of model-y type things. It also comes with some sticks, stirring sticks presumably. Alright, I'm going to open one of these. Is this just chocolate? Is this just chocolate that they want you to melt and then turn into the characters? What is that? That's not chocolate. That is a rather flexible, gummy sort of thing covered in corn flour. What is that? What is that? Now I need to open the other one. This is the exact same thing except it's yellow. What is this? What are these? What do you do with them? I am lost. I am completely lost in this world. I have no idea what you're supposed to do with them. If it is like a gum though, how are you supposed to melt it? How are you supposed to melt it and put it in the actual molds like it says on the packaging? I don't even know. That would explain the lack of like, how to say, if it did require you to add water or something, it would say, and it would proper jump out at you in amongst all of the kanji, like 100 milliliters or something like, yeah, you'd see it. That would explain the lack of that. It really would. Is it just a case then of you like, do you just like ram them into the into the molds like this? I swear to God. Do you ram them into the molds? I'm doing this because it feels right. I'm having too much fun. I'm going to make a yellow one, right? So I've put it in both sides of the mold and now I squeeze it. And then I put the little pegs in. Alright, squeeze it really hard. Get one of the sticks. poke a stick into the hole that's in the mould. I think I actually put too much of this stuff. I'm going to taste the stuff because I put too much of it in. It does just taste like gum. Bear with. Bear with. But I don't think it really worked because I put too much in the mould. However, I think what I'm doing is right. It has essentially made like a gum pop. You see that? On the back as well. I think I put too much gum in it, that was the problem. Maybe you only have to put it in one half of the mould. And then you like ram the stick up because there's actually space to put the stick. I believe this is making chewing gum pops. And just like soft candy pops. Also, I'm not sure what flavour that is, but it's quite nice. And then he's actually come off. He's actually come off the mould. I put way too much of the actual whatever you call it in the mould, however. So he's got loads of like what's the word, sprue around the edge of him. But it has actually worked. Okay. Wow, just wow. I can't believe I actually got that right. And looking at this, it looks like there are 4 different molds to collect, and I have got this one with the water starter. And I'm tempted to say Daramanko. I don't know if that's its actual name or if that's just its Japanese name, but I've heard that name before and I associate it with that creature. Wow. Wow. I can't believe it. It's essentially just molds that you make little gummy sweets with. I'm having far too much fun with this. I'm now going to try and make the other one. See, this time I haven't put enough in because there isn't enough to fill up this little gap here. If anything, it's fairly simple for kids, I'll give it that much. I'm not going to say it's not messy because it bloody is. There's corn flour everywhere, there's sticky goo everywhere. Where at the same time, you also don't need to rush off to the kitchen to get water or milk, and you don't have to put it in the fridge, you don't have to put it in the microwave. Ooh, Japan. I really don't understand you, but I love you anyway. Now I'm going to finish off all of this and probably go into like a hyperglycemic fit.